What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Underground Season 2. And this is a very special episode because this is our last episode of 2020. We have about 4 more episodes left, but this is how we're going to end 2020. And I'm here today with...
BEAT NUTZ.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. It feels like we've just said that already.
Honestly, deja vu.
Yeah. I didn't come prepared. My phone wasn't charging. I spent like a good 5 minutes trying to figure it out, so we had to redo the intro, which I want to say, second one sounded way better. So, either way, we did a good job.
Hell yeah, for sure.
What you been up to, man? How are you doing?
I've been pretty good. I've just been doing a lot of like different strategies and everything, kind of like getting like this rollout plan thing, working for just like production stuff and just marketing stuff in general and everything for 2021 because 2020 was kind of like the big year for me to like start off and
Yeah,
everything. I've learned so much, even though it's been such a shitty year. Like,
I feel that.
yeah,
My this whole month, I've said this before, but this whole month has just been planning for next year
yeah.
for me.
Honestly, me too. Like just planning, getting scheduled stuff done, like rearranging some stuff in like your store or anything like that, or just talking to people, all sorts of shit. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I I want my 2021 plans. I want to drop at least 4 albums, one of them being mine, and then 3 of them being just an album fully produced by me with an artist.
Yeah, yeah, that's the dream for sure. That's like what
That's
I feel like that's just everybody producer's dream. Like
yeah,
4 albums, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a nice
yeah.
goal.
That's what I'm planning for this next year.
I mean, I think I'm maybe at like half of that. I'm at like I'm definitely planning on like I've got some couple of like beats and everything that I'm just gonna do for like a beat tape EP and everything
Mhm.
for 2021 soon. So that's like the goal is to finally finish that since I've been like starting it. I didn't know what the idea was, but I think I have a solid like take on it about what I want it to be.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, 4 that's crazy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely like that's a nice achievement, especially if you get like all 4 and everything with like these crazy
Mhm.
people. Hell yeah.
The that's the thing. That's I want to drop one every quarter of the year. But the thing with that is I have to worry about this too, and that slows that other stuff down a little. But
No.
if I figure out how to, because my plan right now is to do this, then I have a couple bonus episodes to fill, just kind of to have between the time between season 2 and season 3. So
Mhm.
during that break, that's when I start working on each one,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then I'll have like a few months to record and then do that. So hopefully that's how it works out.
for sure. Yeah.
But that's
It's
the
just
goal.
time management. And I feel like that's what
Mhm.
everybody in 2021 is like gonna show what they've got from like 2020. Because if you haven't really learned too much about time management and everything, especially if you're trying to get into music and everything for 2021, it's gonna be
Mhm.
a little bit harder now because everybody's like already at this level, this step that they're at and
Yeah.
everything. So if you're not there, you gotta like catch up quick.
Mhm.
But it's just all time management. So
Yeah. I told myself today I'm not making any more beats for the next 3 days
mhm.
until next year because I have so many that I've made this month
Yeah,
that I have not done anything with. So I spent like
yeah,
the past 3 hours
relatable.
finishing them, mixing them, and then putting them in a folder to then later either put up on a store or send out. So
Yeah.
that's that's where I'm at right now. Lots of work.
I feel like just most producers always have like that one folder that's just unfinished shit, and then
Mhm.
the other folder that's just finished, and then the exports and everything, and or the
Yeah.
stems or just whatever the fuck, and like it's super funny because like all the names for them and shit like that are just random shit. Like
Mhm.
that's definitely my folder right now, but I've gotten a lot better at like organizing it. So I'm just like these are things I need to work on slash finish. These ones are almost finished. These ones need to be mixed and shit like that. So then you move them like at least like every week or every 2 weeks or
Yeah.
so, so you keep
Mhm.
yourself on track. But like for you, you got the show, like it's whole totally
Yeah.
different. So it's
I got
a
I
lot
got too
harder.
many files.
It's all good.
It's like cuz every now and then I'm like, I'm not making enough beats in a day or in a month. But then at the end of the month, I check. This month, at least I felt like I barely made anything because I had so many weeks off that I was out of
Mm,
town and I couldn't do it. I
yeah.
checked back just now. I had 90 projects that I opened and finished.
Nice. That's really
And
good.
I'm
Yeah.
like, when did I do that?
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? How did I when
Like,
when did these things happen? Like
yeah,
what?
exactly. Like, I was out for like 3 weeks. Did I do it all in like 2 weeks or a week? Like, I have no idea.
I've gotten to the process of like kind of getting that like I call it like your beat calluses, you know?
Mm
Like I currently like follow and I'm like in like this group with called Beat Gang Media.
hmm. Mm
Shout
hmm.
out them at Radium. And I've like had like this mentor named Bradley Denson. He's like worked for people like G-Eazy and stuff like that too. And
Mm hmm.
a really good thing that he like taught me and everything was like this 30-day challenge, which I recommend for like all producers to try, especially if they really think that they're going to make the big step to like making music and making it their career, is
Mm
like
hmm.
make a beat every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. No stops, no like no I'll wait, I'll make two beats the next day, you know. No, 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 no. Every single day, every 24 hours, you have to make a beat every single time and
Mm hmm.
finish it, export it, and then as long as it's ready for the store, you don't actually have to put it on the story, but
Mm
the
hmm.
challenge is that you make it and everything. And I just like did that for like 2 months straight,
Yeah.
and it like really helped me out with like in the beginning when I was just learning how to do all this production or just learn how to like market, but also have time for making music and everything. It's just,
Mm
it
hmm.
really, I recommend a lot of like producers when they first start off is just get your beat calluses out of the way so that way you can be like Xander, you fucking make like 90 and you're like, oh, I don't even remember doing that. But it's so like natural that you just
Yeah.
do it and then it feels like second nature. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
So,
It's it's something that feels like a lot of work, but then once you start getting into it, it's like, oh,
yeah,
this is
it's like,
nothing at all.
it's like cake, yeah, because then all you have
Yeah.
to focus on the other stuff, which is what a lot of producers agree with too, as well, is like honestly, 10 to 20% of it should honestly be you making the music, right? And then the
Mm-hmm.
rest of it is just talking to people, making
Yeah.
connections, doing all this other stuff, promo, all sorts of shit. So,
Yeah. Which I mean, in our day and age, is promo pretty much is you'll post a beat snippet on Twitter
yep,
and see if
yep.
it blows up or not.
But it's a, I don't know if you know, do you know who the Count is at all?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I saw this most recent thing tweet that he put out and everything. It's just like it was 2020, even though it was very, very shitty, it was a great year for music. And I think it also that
Mm-hmm.
reflects the same about for producers and everything. Like for my
Mm-hmm.
situation, it was amazing because before COVID and everything that happened, I originally was working at like a call center. So it
Mm-hmm.
was just like taking calls at a particular site, and then I would
Yeah.
come home and then make beats and everything and then market
Mm-hmm.
it in between like my breaks because they wouldn't let you have your cell phone out in like the call center floor because of data reasons
Yeah.
or whatever. But now because of COVID and everybody's kind of doing work at home and everything, it's been, as you can see, I'm not in an office like
Yeah.
like my computer is like right next to me and everything like that, but then I have my main
Mm-hmm.
computer right here. So it was a great year in my opinion for music producers who had the opportunity and blessing like me to do work at home. So I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just pretend like my regular work stuff that I have to do during the day
Yeah.
is just music and my 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's
Yeah.
like it puts you in that mindset and everything. I think it really changed a lot for what I've done so far. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just I think it's it's so incredible for people who even haven't been in the situation that I am. I think that just like 2020, even though it was just so shitty and everything like that, there were so many great things that came out of so much good music,
Yeah.
so many like because people had to like be creative with it and like think
Mm-hmm.
about how can I get this to this person? How can I send this beat to this guy? How can
Yeah.
I uh make music this way in a studio with
Mm-hmm.
COVID and shit like that, you know? So I think it was amazing for music, but it's also sad because everybody died. It's just it's
Yeah.
but
There's like the kind of bad stuff that happened everywhere, but at the same time, so much good came out of it for certain people, for people who like have certain jobs or
Yeah.
whose job was kind of holding them back, and they got relieved from that for a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. And that's like I'm in that situation and it's like
Hmm.
super super dope. Like
Yeah.
I'm so glad that it happened. But at the same time I'm just like obviously I'm not going to be like, "Oh my God, COVID was the best thing that ever happened."
Yeah.
Because that's so insensitive
Yeah.
and just ridiculous. But yeah, like I just think that like 2020 was a really great year for just producers as well
Hmm.
because they could take more time to focus not only on their craft but also take more time to get creative with like
Hmm.
posting stuff or just getting your stuff heard and everything as well.
Yeah.
I've definitely know that 100% for sure because it's been hard.
Oh. Hmm.
Like it's been crazy.
Yeah. I feel like quarantining was the best thing that happened to me ever.
It was definitely like just a shift in like just everything
Hmm.
that I did or just could do. It literally just like because when I started like putting myself out there for social media or just starting up a store and everything like that, I'm
Hmm.
fairly certain it was March. So like right when like everyone was like, it's not a real thing, and other people
Hmm.
were just like, it might be a real thing, and then obviously over time, it was very very serious. Um, but just like for like COVID and everything, I'm like in the exact same situation as you. Like it really shifted just everything, and it was like the best thing for me at the
Yeah.
time. And it's crazy, like just like the progress, about how like somebody can do from like that point and just get creative with it and everything.
Hmm.
I'm really trying hard not to just be like, oh, good job, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like, every now and then you gotta pat yourself on the back and be
Oh
like, man,
yeah.
good job. Like, I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
me. What have like
Like,
what have you been like doing else besides just like underground like the show and stuff like that that you've like really wanted to start but you never really thought that you would start, unless COVID happened.
so really, this whole thing wasn't an idea until COVID hit,
Yeah.
or at least a little bit before.
Hmm.
But it's helped me market it and get it out there way faster,
Yeah.
and at the same time help just my image grow as well. Because
Yeah.
I never took Twitter seriously until June-ish, until I wanted to start this.
Honestly, same. Yeah, Twitter's just dude, Twitter's a cesspool. I
Hmm.
love it. Ever since Instagram did like the real thing
Oh,
update and the
trash.
shopping thing, trash. Throw it
Trash.
away. Throw it away. Instagram,
Trash.
Instagram. If you're watching this, throw it away.
Fix
Okay,
it.
just
Fix it right now.
fix it right now, man. What are you doing? But because that's where like most of like producers and everything, like I don't know, like Murda or just like Boy Wonder and stuff like that, that's where they would get like most of their stuff. Or people like
Hmm.
Tobin, they would just like kind of get most of their stuff from Instagram. And then now it's like a little bit harder, and I felt like everybody just like shifted over to Twitter because it's just
Yeah.
overall better. But I
Hmm.
agree, I didn't take Twitter seriously until like um I would say around the same time, like maybe June or July. And then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, now I'm really doing this. Now I need to like stop like retweeting memes every now and then and be like, oh hey, everybody check out my music, you know?
Yeah. It's just like, because I had Twitter and then I tweet out like maybe one or two tweets every month.
Yeah.
But then I started following producers, following people that like I thought were interesting, and then I started tweeting out more stuff, and like I started, I want to say August ish at like 100 followers. I want to say maybe a little
Yeah.
less,
Yeah.
and then I kind of started taking it seriously, and now I'm at like I want to say 550 last time I checked,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like
and
in the same boat for sure.
yeah, and plus 300. We just hit 300 actually on the Underground Stars Twitter too. So thank
Yay.
you.
Hell yeah,
So
that's super dope,
it's
man.
crazy. I mean, hold on. I got a mince right here. I have a little lamp that I moved because I reorganized everything in this room,
Oh, amen.
and I just figured out I have like 4 or 5 mints. They've been here for like at least a good year, but mints never go bad.
I just get
So,
like I try not to have food as much as I can in the studio or like my desk and
hmm
everything. because I kind of just put it more either like on like that dresser that's over there, or
Mm-hmm.
just like if I have snacks or just whatever. Most
Yeah.
of my stuff that I have is like this guy, just like little cool little knickknacks that I can put on my
Mm-hmm.
speakers or all sorts of other stuff. But that's funny. But yeah,
Yeah. I
300. That's crazy.
thank you. It's it really is. I mean, we did. I've done so much for that. I
Yeah.
did. I've started this. Then we got the website up, and now I'm just trying to figure out what's the next. What's the next thing that?
It's always that. That's the
Yeah.
best thing you can think about it. It's just like, how can I make this better? Like, how can I improve?
Exactly.
How can I innovate?
Yeah, but like the thing is, it's getting so much to handle for just me.
Yeah.
Like alone, these episodes take about an hour to film, and
hmm
then it takes like another 2 to 3 hours to edit, and
hmm
like another 2 to 3 hours to upload.
Oh yeah, I know that pain too. Like this is when I also
So,
started like the YouTube and everything, and I just
mm-hmm,
started learning like I think I have Adobe Premiere or something like that. I
mm-hmm,
just started that, and oh my gosh, there's so much. I didn't realize that editing is pretty much like beat making. There's so much to
yep,
learn, dude.
mm-hmm,
So crazy. But I feel that like being one person for like this ship that you just have to
mm-hmm,
carry, it's a lot.
yeah.
And
Like for the website, I'm writing like every article that's up there. I have like a good 5 that I have left that I am looking into.
hmm
But I'm listening to all those projects. I'm writing about them, and
yeah.
then it's just so much that is all involved into this one thing that I never thought that would be like so involved. I thought, oh, record, minimal editing, put it up.
Just put it up. Just
Mm-hmm.
literally just record it and then don't even think about it. Just hit upload. Like,
Yeah.
but obviously, like when this is just for like content creation in general and everything. Once you get a certain point, you just look at it at the raw footage and you're just like, no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. I need to tweak it. I need to do something.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good thing because then you're just like then this becomes like your craft and like it's
Yeah.
your brand and stuff like that too. So
Yeah. That
definitely
was the
kudos
biggest
to you for
difference.
that.
Thank you. That was the biggest difference between season 1 and 2 is season 1 I recorded it and I literally had the Discord call, had it to where like the person's face was here, mine was here. Screen recorded it, put it in um iMovie. I had like a custom template that just said Underground Stars like there.
Yeah, yeah,
Put that on and uploaded it.
yeah.
So it took me about 20 minutes max.
hmm
But with this one I had like to make sure everything looked fine, that there was a section here, here, and here, just so it looked appealing and had a lot more information than just the two faces.
Yeah, because obviously, like with content and everything, if you just keep it the same thing, there are many
Mhm.
things that you can do where if you're
Mhm.
consistent, don't change it, right? And it's
Yeah.
great. And obviously, that's where like feedback comes into play and everything. So
Mhm.
I think just for like as like a producer slash I think producers are also kind of like in their way like artists and everything, and then
Mhm.
artists are also producers in a way because we both know like what we want and what we want to
Yeah.
do and everything. It's just a matter of fact of like putting that into play and finding time for it and doing all this other shit and
Mhm.
everything. So I definitely feel you on that.
It's like one of those things that's like too much of this a good thing is a bad thing
Yep, yep.
just
I
cuz you get so used to it, but after a while you're like, "All right, I need something new."
That brings up a really good point because there was this thing that I tweeted about just like overall like kind of like life advice and everything, and it was probably the best life advice I've ever gotten. It was from like one of my band teachers. So
Mhm.
I used to be before COVID and stuff like that when I was like high school. I used to do like hella like music. So it was choir, it was marching band, it was just jazz band. All I was that band nerd, okay? I was that band kid. I was that guy, okay? I wasn't the weirdo, who was just
Mhm.
like reciting like anime lines during lunch and brought like mommy's lunchbox and shit. But
Uh-huh.
at the same time, I will not just completely disregard the cringe. But anyway,
Mhm.
going on to the point. Um, one of the greatest life advices that they told me was we were in the middle of like doing a set for marching band, and a set is just like rehearsing like our positions
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously like playing music at the same time, just making it like the show.
Yeah.
So we were in the middle of rehearsing it, and we had to do like this weird certain pose for like flavor for the show and everything,
Yeah.
and obviously like they had like the stadium that was right here, and then just like a podium or something that they could stand
Mm-hmm.
right here, and then they could
Yeah.
observe, they could hear the show if the tubes are too loud, etc., blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to a point where we were kind of complaining because we were just like, man, this position that we're in, it's just it kind of
Yeah.
sucks, because then after that we have to go right back to and
Mm-hmm.
playing and shit. And I remember one of his things, just like, well, you guys are looking at it the wrong way. If it's And every single time we would like complain about it and everything, he would be like, "What did I tell you guys?" And we'd be like, "If you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong." And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like the best life advice you can get to anybody. If it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable, if it's something you're not used to, if it's kind of feels like this leap of faith, and it feels like this thing that's like kind of like a muscle memory, right? And you just do
Mm-hmm.
it over and over and over again. If it's something that you feel that you're doing over and over and over again, and it's this muscle memory and you're comfortable doing it, and you're wondering what's wrong, like why am I not like going to the place where I need to be? It's because
Mm-hmm.
you're not pushing yourself out there, you're not getting out of your comfort zone, your box and everything like that. You're comfortably consistent,
Yeah.
and he told me that like the more uncomfortable and the more uh it feels like that you don't know what you're doing, or you
Mm-hmm.
feel like you're doing it wrong, that's the closest you can ever be to doing it right.
Yeah.
And it was mind blowing, because at first I was just like, man, shut up, old man, like you don't know anything. Obviously, I was just like a teenager and everything, so I was just like, I'm gonna try to make myself look more uncomfortable, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that would lead us to get more scores and everything, because
Yeah.
sometimes marching band you would have scores and shit like that. But then I realized over
Mm-hmm.
time that was just like a life lesson to have just in general. And that was just
Mm-hmm.
with everything I've been doing with music, is if you're uncomfortable with doing it, or it's something you're unsure of, then that makes it all the more worth it to do it. Just
Yeah.
do it, you know. Nike
For sure.
sponsors.
It's
Where's the logo? It's right here. It's right
yeah.
here.
Thank you to our sponsors at Nike for this one segment. Nike, if you're listening to this, I'm wearing Nike socks right now, so hit me with the
I will
check.
I will rep the check.
Let's see it. Let's
As
see
long
it.
as I
Right
get the
right
check.
there.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. I need
We
to
got
get
the
some more Nike
Nikes.
stocks. Mine fucking ripped. But I got a couple for Christmas, but they weren't Nike. So Nike, this is
Uh
me telling you. Come on. Come on.
send my man
Help a
some
brother out.
socks right
Help
now.
a brother out. Help me out.
I was trying to get TRAKTRAIN to send some stuff over so we could advertise on here. Didn't
That'd
work
be
out
lit.
because they didn't have anything. They were like they weren't looking for any kind of like advertisement at the time.
Hmm.
So,
All
but
right.
I'm gonna try again for next season. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try until we get it.
You gotta get that brand deal. I feel like
Yes.
with correct me if I'm wrong, like with Track Train, didn't they just kind of recently start though when COVID happened? Or am I tripping?
That's when I heard about them.
Yeah. I don't know for sure. Oh, dude, all the Oh, now we're definitely not getting the deal. Track train fanboys would be like, it actually started in 1786. No, I'm just playing. No,
Yeah,
but
but
at
I
least
love TRAKTRAIN. It's
I
great.
I've seen so much of it and everything,
Mhm.
and BeatStars for me is just like so. It's what I started with, so I'm
Mhm.
obviously in like that kind of comfort zone where I'm like, oh, I know how
Yeah.
to use this, and it's worked so far, and I've gotten sales
Oh,
from it, so I'm just gonna chill. But
so you're comfortable, huh?
yeah, I'm comfortable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I need to get out of my comfort zone and go to track train. But um I remember the process for getting into it though was just a little bit weird. It was a little bit hard. It, it
Yeah,
was
I
it
feel
was
that.
like I can't remember like if you had to get like an invite or something for it.
Mhm.
It was something like that along the lines. And then after that I was just like, wait, so then I have to like obviously I knew I had to pay for a subscription in order to sell beats and everything, but then the free version they give you is so kind of limiting to me at
Yeah.
least. Or maybe I just don't understand it as much. Maybe I need
For
to watch a YouTube video, but
Traction or BeatStars?
for track train, sorry.
No, yeah. So for TRAKTRAIN, the way you kind of get it to is an invite. It's invite only.
Yeah.
And the way like you kind of sign up, you put like your name or whatever, and then you send links of like your beats, and then they review it and see whether or not they would want to invite you or not. And
Hmm.
then from that, it's a little bit. It has a tiny bit of a learning curve coming off of BeatStars
Yeah.
because I did the same thing. But overall, once you kind of know what you're doing, it's so much easier because it's a
Hmm.
simple. You click on the one you want to upload, you upload it. You don't have to like upload it to the system and then upload it again like you do
Yeah.
on BeatStars.
That is why I'm just like I'm this close, man, to switching.
Yeah.
This close.
And I
So
mean, they have like a widget, they have a landing page, they have stats on like which songs you or which beats are played the most and all this. They have so many nice features that are just so nice.
I just feel like it's also like really a really like untouched market. Now
Mhm.
now I'm thinking about it in like business terms, but it really is like
Mhm.
that. It's so like to me it feels like it's new and everything like that. So that's why I've
Yeah.
like if I've seen so much success from like producers saying like, oh, we got a sale, or I'm gonna bring up Tobin again because he's helped me out a lot, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just his screenshot of like all the
Yeah.
PayPal things, and I'm just like, man,
Mhm.
I want that. That's so
Yeah.
nice, you know. So I'm like
Yeah.
this close.
I
I might consider it for 2021,
My
but
whole time on BeatStars, I didn't sell one beat off BeatStars.
really,
Yeah. And on TRAKTRAIN, I've sold about I want to say 4 or 5,
hell yeah,
based off just whenever I started actually trying to advertise it on it,
yeah,
promoting
yeah.
stuff and stuff like that. So, because it's just more, in my opinion, it's more organically play like not okay. That was a horrible way to put it. You get more organic traffic through your kind of store.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that because it's also kind of like just niche and like
Mhm.
people who are looking for beats on track train and stuff like that, they don't really know it too much. But if
Mhm.
you're a producer and everything, you know for sure that like not many people are onto this. Whereas like there's like so many like what are they called, like programs that you can get to become like a BeatStars associate or something like
Mhm.
that, and it's just it feels like kind of fake, but I've
Yeah.
definitely seen like a lot of videos about how track trained is like more organic and everything, which I
Mhm.
think is definitely the move
Yeah.
for
I feel
sure.
like if to put it in simple terms, I feel like BeatStars is the Instagram and TRAKTRAIN is the Twitter.
Hey man, that's all you gotta tell me. I'm on my way.
There we go.
Track
Yeah.
train, sponsor the vid.
It's yeah, TRAKTRAIN. Give me my deal. I just gave you
Exactly.
another customer. Come on.
No, but like honestly, like seeing it, like seeing just like also people create like beat platforms
Mhm.
and everything like that, I think is so cool. Especially if like you're a producer yourself and you're a
Mhm.
producer who makes a beat platform that is catered for like producers to upload and
Yeah.
everything. But then because when you think about it with artists and everything, it's not that hard really to kind of like showcase something as a beat and then
Mhm.
be like, hey, this is really cool. You should write on this and everything. Because there are
Yeah.
some cool features that I don't know if TrackChain has, but like BeatStars has, where like if you're listening to the beat, you can like go on your phone and everything. And there's like a side button. You can have a
Mhm.
text and listen to the beat and write lyrics at the same time.
Yeah.
That way people don't have to go back and forth between their note tab if the
Mhm.
thing stops and stuff like that. So like seeing all these new things of like producers talk about like, oh, I'm gonna make this new beat store and everything like that. I just hope that BeatStars and TrackTrain just don't take over and become like the mega
Mhm.
corporations. I want to see more like organic stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I think it's
For
super
sure.
dope.
It's cool to see. It's gonna be interesting to see how those two, because those two are like pretty much the biggest right now that many people use.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's a ton of other ones out there for sure. But it's gonna be interesting how they kind of level out if they do at all, or if like there's gonna be just one that comes out of nowhere and takes it all over.
I'm just waiting for that. Honestly, for me, for just like brands and stuff like that, it's always the rule of threes for me. It's the
Hmm.
rule of threes. It's like because one and two is like flipping a coin, and flipping a
Yeah.
coin is cool and all, but I'd so much rather just have like a random generator. It's just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's like between the three, it's
Yeah.
that one more option just gives so much more value to everything. Just
Hmm.
super dope. But yeah, maybe I'm too comfortable. Maybe I will go to track train after this call.
Yeah. Run me my check track train, please.
Exactly.
All
Just
all I want is a sponsor from you. That's all I need.
honestly, cause then you can get people to help you out with the show. Season three,
Exactly.
baby. So lit.
Exactly. What I'm trying to do in the next year is grow to the point where people want to send me clothes
That'd
so
be
I can
so
wear it and
cool.
advertise it on the show.
That'd be so cool. Oh my gosh, that'd be so lit. Like just
Like if
like
I have
repping just like some dudes like merch that they get from like TikTok or something like that you
mhm.
found. They're like, "Hey, I saw your
Yeah.
podcast. Would you mind? I'll send you a shirt for free or
Yeah,
something like that if you
exactly.
brand it." And then you just get free clothes. Like nobody's
Yeah,
gonna dislike that. Nobody.
exactly. Or like if I have like an artist and he has like dropped an album, he has merch, and I have him in here that he sends me like a shirt or something. I'm like, I'll wear it for like an episode and be like, oh yeah, don't forget to check this out or something. It'd be
Yeah.
that's the goal for right now. It's that that's the only thing I'm in this for. It's the free
The brand deal.
clothes.
The free clothes. The brand deal.
hmm But it's 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 gonna be interesting, definitely, to see how those shape out.
Mm.
It's gonna
Besides
be
just like the
cool.
show and everything, going on like I mean, I feel like the interviewer now. I wanted to ask like for your side, like what are your like goals and everything that you would want to do for just like production, you know? What are kind of like lifetime goals and then what are some like that you think you can have in like the next year? Because I know you mentioned like the albums,
hmm
but I'm curious, like what's Xander's big time dream for a producer
Xander's
for
big
music?
time dream. That's I want to I want to produce full time, 100%. That's I've
Yeah.
everyone's goal.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be independent, work with who I want to work,
Yeah.
and pretty much I want to be able to live at home, but because I'm trying to figure out a way to phrase this. I want to live in my parents' house because I'm traveling to different places so much to where buying a house isn't really a smart deal for me.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
That's my vision. I want to be forced to live in my parents' house because I'm traveling too much.
That's a
That is what I'm
flex.
trying to
That's
do.
the biggest
Mhm.
flex. Yeah. Because then you when you pull up to Shorty, you're just like, yeah. So like we can go to this house that I have in LA and everything. And they're just
Mhm.
like, what? And then whenever you come to home and everything, you're like, yeah. Well, ultimately, I just live with my parents. And you're like, what? And you're
Yeah.
like, and then you whip out the bank account and they're just like, oh,
Mhm.
never mind. No.
No, yeah. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm back home living with my parents. Why? Well, because I spent the last week in LA. I have another flight tomorrow to Atlanta. I have this and this.
I'm going to Tampa Bay,
That's
maybe. Who
exactly
knows?
that's what
See
I want
Mickey
to do.
Mouse.
That's the goal.
That's a goal. Hell yeah. I've been thinking like obviously like I'm in the same boat too as well where it's like for producing and everything, I
Mhm.
want to obviously be independent and and do full time, you know. I as
Mhm.
much as I like the call center and talking to old people, I would rather much prefer making music and not talking to old people
Yeah.
and just doing my own thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do for work right now is um just like helping them out with like technical issues or anything or something about like the website or whatever, and then just like simple stuff like that. But
Mhm.
ultimately, I just want to get to the point too. I think for a lifetime goal, I would really just I've always had like this knack for like teaching, I guess is the
Mhm.
way. And I think that's kind of what I want to implement starting with 2021 too as well with breakdowns
Mhm.
is for my Beat Nuts breakdowns on my YouTube is to kind of make it more of like a teaching tool rather than like, hey, this is like word for word verbatim of what I did. Because obviously
Mhm.
like I feel like as producers, like when we first start and everything like that, we always watch that one YouTuber, right? That we
Mhm.
really love. We like their beats. They make hard shit.
Yeah.
But we obviously don't want to like copy them, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to take their sauce, all of it, and then make it like our own. We want to make like our own from scratch and just kind
Mhm.
of like go with the flow and everything, be like our own voice.
Yeah.
But like being an independent and everything like that and doing full time. I would definitely want that to just be kind of like a passive thing, and then like
Mhm.
the main thing is like a lifetime goal is be like, um, kind of like a Busy Works Beats in a way, you know?
Mhm.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like he's just super cool. He knows exactly what's going on. He's trained so many different people, but obviously like it's fairly hard to kind of get into that program, you know? And I feel like in the future, especially for our generation, we're gonna be so used to like computers and being so
Mhm.
technologically advanced and everything, where accessibility is like the number one thing. And
Yeah.
I just can't wait for the day that they have DAWs where like someone from the other side of the world can make changes similar to
Mhm.
how you make like a Google Doc in like a Google
Yeah.
Drive. You could see them. Like that would be insane to have happen. And I
Mhm.
think that would be really cool, an opportunity for like teaching. Cause I don't know, like
Mhm.
just from doing music in general, at first I was like, oh, I'll be like maybe a band teacher. And then I realized
Mhm.
I fucking hated kids. I, I'll be honest. As much as like I like the baby faces and everything like that, they're all cute. They're all devils, man.
Yeah.
They're just adults, unhinged.
Mhm.
They're all just like there's something going on in there that I just can't tap into. But I realize that either way, like there's also multiple ways that you could teach and stuff like that. So I feel like
Yeah.
that would be like a lifetime goal is like just teaching like from scratch, literally being like,
Mhm.
hey, are you like 19 years old and you've always thought about doing music but you don't know for sure and you have no idea where to start? Take my class. Take this
Mhm.
beginner trial class. I'm going to make it free. I'm not going to make you pay for it because that's the thing I think
Mhm.
a lot of people are missing out on is that they charge you for like the first beginning things when like these producers or these people who have talent and they're put off away because it's just like, oh, business straight up, like here's the gate,
Mhm.
and they kind of gatekeep it. I
Yeah.
hate the idea of gatekeeping music with like
Mhm.
money and like shit like that. I think it's so
Yeah.
unnecessary, so immature because there could be somebody from like I don't know, someone from like Nigeria and stuff like that who just like has like a stick and then just like a little thing that they can hit and then they make like the most banger like rhythm just ever. Like
Mhm.
it can all start from just something like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like with my goal for lifetime is just like I want to get to a point where I can get like enough income and everything and it's just so easy
Mhm.
and then just have like a beginner thing where it's like you get a lot of information and it's kind of like a free trial, I guess, but then you really
Mhm.
don't have to pay for anything until you get to like this gate, you know what I mean? But it won't
Yeah.
be like $2,000 and then you get the
Mhm.
rest of the course. It's more like, okay, $100 and then you go to here. And then once you get to this gate, if you want to keep going, 200 and then just over
Yeah.
and over and over again, you know? And then because
Yeah.
obviously like you're investing in something that you want to do, but I feel like
Mhm.
the problem with like young people, including myself, that I like first realized was that like a lot of like the teaching tools that are out there and stuff like that, a lot of people like gatekeep their price so much in terms of price and stuff like that because they're
Mhm.
just like, nope, up front, if you really want this, I know that you'll have the money for it and everything like that. And it's just
Mhm.
like, nah, like not everybody's got money, man. Like
Yeah.
obviously like there's gonna be situations where like I'm gonna be broke and I can't even afford like a Costco hot dog or some shit, you know?
Mhm.
It's like because I got rent to pay or some shit like that,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah, I want to implement this system where it's just like little by little, obviously incrementally you pay more
Mhm.
and everything, so it helps me out. But it also helps you
Yeah.
out because you're not overly excessively paying for something and you could find something that's like for free on YouTube, you know?
Mhm.
But like for me, like I'll try my best to make sure it's just like really, really good tips about, you know, stuff that you don't really know about the industry or the marketing, you
Yeah.
know?
For sure.
That's like the life goal.
It's like you like slowly introduce them, and then once they know that's kind of what they want to do, that's when you
Yeah.
kind of start charging.
That's when you can kind of be like, okay, well, you could do this. I'm gonna cost you a little bit of bread, but it's not gonna
Mhm.
be like anything too crazy, right? Like
Yeah. It's gonna be reasonable for what
it's
you're getting.
it's basically kind of like as if you did a subscription in a way, you
Mhm.
know? And like with subscription and stuff like that, like with Spotify and shit like that, they're genius because like some of their shit that they have it where like you can get like a student discount, right? Because they obviously
Yeah.
know that you listen to music a lot, but you're also really
Mhm.
fucking busy.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're just doing college to uh make your parents happy, or maybe you're just doing
Mhm.
college because you're not entirely sure about what you want to do. And that's why I feel like a lot of like younger people like us and everything like that, when we're like first getting out of high school, we really don't know like what we want to do. So
Mhm.
why would I make a course where it's just like you need to know what you want to do and you have to spend this much amount in order to do it?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can do this step first, and then
And figure it out.
once you get past that trial and stuff like that, you can figure it out whether you want to continue this path or do like this subscription based thing, and we can give you little less stuff, but obviously you're not paying like a whole
Mhm.
like half of your lung for it. Like
Yeah.
it's just so crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I want to do for people is like do that slow way. Obviously, like will benefit me, but then most of the money that I'm gonna put in that I get from it is
Mhm.
just putting it more into maybe more teachers or maybe new curriculum or like marketing and stuff like that, and then
Mhm.
getting talking to more people about what happens. You know, like
Yeah.
that's what I feel like the the music industry is really fake for because they don't really teach you anything. You know, it
Mhm.
feels like high school where like you didn't know how to do taxes.
Mhm.
It's just like figure it out, man. Like whatever.
Yeah.
But I want to
The
change.
yeah. I usually how we kind of structure these episodes is because you whenever I post about them, I have like the little we talk about this, this, and this, and more,
Mm.
and I base this off of the questions I ask. So like the past 10 minutes, I'm thinking, what I have not asked like one or two. I
I
have
know.
not asked a
I,
single question.
this is a special episode. I season two, last episode. I interview you. Easy.
I'm like,
No,
I'm
but
thinking, I'm like,
if you got questions or anything, let me know, and you can stop me for sure.
I got, I
I
got,
will.
I got this right here. I
He's
got like
got the
four or
notes.
five,
He's got the notes. Well,
just
I'm ready
cause like
whenever you are.
this is how I structure my stuff. Just cause I'm like, okay, we'll talk about this. That's gonna be the first. We talk about this. I'll
Oh
ask
yeah.
about this and go from there. But I mean, this one's been good. This is how I pictured my cat's gonna get in the way. My let's see. Let me.
Xander cat, Xander cat, Xander cat. Oh,
There she
they are
is.
so cute.
Part two. She came in. I don't remember which episode. I want to say the one with Kira.
Let's go.
Cause
Oh, I love Kira. Shout out Kira,
I
bro.
love him. Yeah.
Kira is so fucking dope.
But this is how I want the episodes to be. Like me not asking
It's just like a
questions.
conversation.
Just
Yeah.
exactly. But at the same time, you're getting stuff that you want to hear.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I dude, season three, have me back on again. I'll talk about so much more shit. There's this thing. Is just like I have so many things about what I
Hmm.
want. I have so many ideas of what I want to do, but I just don't really have anybody to like kind of talk to besides maybe my girlfriend. That's
Hmm.
or maybe my roommates and everything. But at the same time, like they don't understand. You know,
Yeah.
there's nobody
Don't
really
worry.
that you can talk to that they don't work in like the same industry that you
Hmm.
are. And
We'll have an episode. It'll be the intro's gonna be like, "Hey guys, here's Beat Nuts," and then you
yeah,
just talk for the next like
I
two
just go.
hours.
I just go. It's not even. I don't even have a script or anything. I just go.
Exactly.
That's the most raw, organic you can grab from me.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you have questions or anything, shoot your ammo.
Well,
I
I
am
mean,
ready.
to be honest, we've really covered most of what I was gonna ask about, which is, I mean, perfect.
See, little does he know that I went into Xander's area and I just saw the note and I went all the way
Hmm.
back here to my room and I found it.
Exactly. He traveled over here.
Shit, that's the vibe. That's the move.
Hmm.
That's another thing too as well that we could talk about. It's just like I feel like another producer's dream. I feel like everybody wants to have for 2021 is like meeting people in person. You know, obviously
Hmm.
because COVID's gonna die down hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Even though the vaccines and everything are coming out, I really want like there to be more back to normal-ish. As much as I
Yeah.
love work at home, man, I miss going to movies. I miss just
Hmm.
obviously like there are some in some states and everything that are open and you can go, but it's just not the same. It's
Yeah.
just not the same. And when the vaccine gets more implemented and everything, like
Hmm.
I can't wait to just go to like an Airbnb or something like
Yeah.
that and just hang with like you and the rest of the other producer homies and just like
Hmm.
make some dope stuff. That would be so
Yeah.
cool.
not to get too into politics wise,
Oh,
but
lay it on me. No, no, go, go,
what
go.
what are your what are your thoughts on the vaccine? You
So,
taking it or no?
no. I don't think I have access to it yet. I'm not 100% sure about that. Maybe I just
Mhm.
haven't like looked into it or anything. But um I I want to take it a little bit more later
Mhm.
than everybody else. Obviously, I would rather much have this is kind of bad to say, but I would rather much have the test trials kind of be, you know,
Yeah.
do their thing and everything like that. Obviously, if it helps people, and it helps, like there was one video I saw from like a political thing of like this UK person who got it. I think like the first person in UK got the vaccine or
Mhm.
something like that. And he was just like walking around the street without a mask and everything like that. For me personally, even if I still got the vaccine, I would still want to practice wearing a mask and stuff like that too.
Mhm.
And I know that's gonna like piss off a lot of people. They're just like, "Oh, you're still gonna want to do it even after all that?" It's just like, well, yeah, because obviously vaccine isn't end all be all.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like in the first trials and everything. I would much rather keep wearing a mask and everything for maybe like 6 months, and then after those 6 months, when people are just like, "This is 100% safe, it's
Mhm.
100% foolproof," and I've gotten maybe testimonials from people or just whatever, that's when I'll be like, okay, maybe I could take it, so that way maybe I can go back to work, to
Yeah.
like the site and everything like that. But um, I would much rather have the people who need it take it first, because
Mhm.
obviously I for like us, who's kind of like younger generation, we're more capable of spreading it than we are of getting it.
Mhm.
So I feel like if I don't have to worry too much about getting it or anything like that, I'm not gonna go crazy about it. But I would
Yeah.
encourage people who have either been in contact or have tested positive for coronavirus and have had it, and then obviously like they recovered from it, right? Like the 2 week
Mhm.
period went away. I would definitely encourage them to take the vaccine if they can. If they're uncomfortable with doing it, like in the first phases, like how I am, then like don't push yourself, obviously. But
Mhm.
if you have been in contact with the corona and everything, and Miss Rona just doesn't make you feel good, then you got to take the medicine.
Mhm.
You got to take the juice.
Yeah.
But I just personally won't take it until later on,
Mhm.
um, until I feel like it's ready, or at least I feel like a lot of scientists and data can prove that like it's really good. Because I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to science more than I am gonna listen to like somebody on the street telling me like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, it helped me out, it's really good, and it's just like coughing out blood. It's just
Yeah.
so that's my take on it. But in terms of political and everything like that, um, I feel like for producers and everything, it's always kind of shunned if you talk about politics and everything like that. But for
Mhm.
me, for most of the issues that I care about, they're always ones that I feel like can be nonpartisan.
Mhm.
Stuff like global change or global climate change, and uh, other stuff like human rights and everything.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm all for expressing my opinion and everything about stuff like that. And I would honestly,
Mhm.
I would stress that like more people should like say stuff that they like with their chest, because
Yeah.
obviously like if you're in the opposition of what I have as a view, right? Like say for example it's like abortion, right? And like somebody like, or like, let's say like you're really religious, right? And you're just like,
Mhm.
I don't really know if I'm comfortable with that, right? Like I think it's very holy, abortion is kind of just like murder to me and everything like that. Totally respect that, right? Like that's like
Mhm.
your belief and everything. That's where I'm not gonna like cross the line and everything.
Yeah.
But I would argue that I feel like people should be more vocal about what they feel like it is.
Mhm.
But like obviously don't cross a line to the point where they get up all in their feelings about, something that they said.
Mhm.
Because in reality, like a lot of politics and everything is just like something that could so easily be logically, like
Mhm.
deduced, but then
Yeah.
there's also people on the other side, and on the other side, I mean maybe like conservatives and stuff like that, or right wingers and everything, who just talk about like, you know, abortion and everything, and God as if like he's the way of the world and everything like that. And it's
Mhm.
just like, well, I don't believe in that. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely okay with people not pushing that on me. And I'm obviously not going to push my opposition on them. I'm
Mhm.
very like kind of centrist in that way, but obviously at the same time, I'm very, very like socialist, I guess is the word would be.
Mhm.
I'm one of those commies, but
Yeah.
I'm not like a not like a tanky or anything like that who's just
Yeah.
like, oh, destroy everything. It's just like, no, no, no,
Mhm.
hey, let's think about this a little bit,
Yeah.
okay? You know, as because I feel like if everybody kind of had that mindset, and if they just like if they just forgot about all the propaganda and the pre-learned stuff and everything like that, so much more conversation could happen. And that's where I come from, is like as a left winger, as like a liberal,
Mhm.
even though I'm more kind of like a leftist, because for me, I think liberals and leftists are pretty much different.
Yeah.
Liberals are kind of more like in the centrist area, more moderate area for me personally, and leftists are like more left of that, you know. So people
Mhm.
like AOC or Bernie Sanders and stuff like that, and they just, you know, they really talk about like things that like really could be solved in like a really nonpartisan way, you know. And that's where kind of
Mhm.
I lean. But I feel like oh, I feel like with leftists and conservatives and stuff like that, there's so much that you guys could talk about on both sides if they just communicated it a different way and said
Yeah.
things a different way, that to the point where people could understand, hey, it's not this, it's not feelies, but at the same time it's not like this guy is like a racist, right? Like
Mhm.
I kind of hate the trope of like people saying, "Oh, every single Republican is a racist." I hate that
Yeah.
idea. Obviously, like there are quite a few, right? I
Mhm.
will not disagree with that, but at the same time, not every Republican is just gonna be out to like hate you for the color of your skin, right? Like there's so
Yeah.
many moderate or centrist friends that you can have.
Mhm.
And that's where I feel like everybody should come together. I don't feel like I feel like everybody's vision though of centrist is just different.
Yeah.
You know, where is that middle ground? Where is that thing? And if we just all talked about it, then we could all move it towards like a very substantial place that like
Mhm.
everybody benefits from. That's really just
Yeah.
what I feel like everything should be. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
For sure. I just I just realized this has nothing to do with what we just talked about.
Go.
But this episode's going up June 4th or February 4th.
Mm-hmm.
January 4th.
Yeah.
And we said it was the last episode of 2020. So, I got my information wrong. This is the last episode we're recording in 2020.
Ah,
That's what it was.
big brain, big think,
Yeah, because this
big
goes up
ideas.
January 4th. And then we got another
Yeah, that'll
one
be
June
2021.
11th.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to start writing 2021 from now on. I do not want to see 20 anymore. I hate the idea of 20 now. It's 20
Hmm.
everything. 1920s, dog shit. Great Depression, stupid. 2020, coronavirus,
Hmm.
fucking global pandemic, lame.
Crazy.
20s are just not good for humanity. I just feel
This
like
is-
it's shitty. And I also feel like for everybody who's in their 20s, they're just like depressed as shit because you're just like, oh, I'm this close to getting alcohol, but I can't
Mhm.
get it yet. 20 is just a fucking shitty number.
20s are, yeah. It's crazy. All right, well, we got a few things left before we
Yeah.
end the episode. First of all, fir- hold on. First of all, we got four questions.
All right.
So you ready?
Let's go.
If any two artists could drop a collab album right now, who would you want them to be?
Oh, any two? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely want a, well, he's not really an artist, but I would want a Kenny Beats, Rich Brian collab to happen personally,
Mm-hmm.
because I have been following Rich Brian for quite a while now, because he just came out of like nowhere from Indonesia
Yeah.
and stuff like that with Dat Stick, and then like obviously he learned, you know, saying the N word ain't that good, and
Mm-hmm.
then he got really popular and everything with like 88. That's really cool, and obviously like Joji and Kenny had like a song together on Joji's new recent album Nectar, I believe is the name.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been wanting to see like a Rich Brian just go crazy in like the trap era genre, and I feel like Kenny could really implement that there because he's worked with people like Denzel,
Mhm.
like O3 Greedo and stuff like that. He knows trap,
Yeah.
he knows it pretty well. He knows hard hitting beats. And he's just like an
Yeah.
influence of mine. So I would want to see them together. But if it was just purely based artists, um, I would probably say, who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of? I would want to see uh a Logic X Joyner Lucas
Oh.
collab. I think that would be insane.
They
That
I
would
feel
be
like yeah, they definitely would complement each other
that
for
would be
sure.
like that'd be like Eminem's Wet Dream. Like I feel like because they both pretty much got co-signed by the dude. They both have
Mhm.
songs with him and everything. And obviously Eminem is just like a lyrical like crazy man. He's man
Yeah.
literally like fucking lives and breathes a dictionary for God's sakes. Like goes crazy. But I think because Logic is one of my um most inspirational artists and everything. He
Mhm.
goes in between and in and out of favorites and everything because obviously there's like I can't really pick favorites because every day there's a new artist out there that I'm just like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm really into this vibe and everything like that.
Yeah.
But he's the one that's like helped me out a lot with like times and everything. And obviously I have like this little guy. You can't really see it. This guy is like yellow. It's a plus.
Yeah.
This red is a heart, and this is like a peace sign. So it
Yeah.
stands for PLP, Peace, Love, Positivity.
Mhm.
Um, and it's just been like a huge inspiration for me. But then also when Joyner Lucas came on the scene, he had a lot to talk about when he blew up about, kind of like that uh I'm not a racist song, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you definitely know he's got some shit to say, you know?
Yeah.
So I think a collab with them both, maybe mixed between boom trap or just
Mhm.
whatever, it would be so insane. That'd definitely
Yeah.
be one of my top ones for sure.
All right. What about if you could make any song, if out of all the songs out right now, if you could have made any of them or produced any of them, which one would you have wanted to produce?
Ooh, out of anyone could have
Mhm.
wanted. Oh, that's like picking my favorite song. Um, oh, there's so much. There's so many great albums that came in 2020, or just even in general.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, wait, no, I have my answer. If I could have produced for Take on Me,
Mhm.
banger song, and it never leaves my sight. I have this running joke with my roommate because he was also the band nerd who was with me in high school and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And we would always have Take on Me kind of be like a meme that followed us every single time. So
Yeah.
we would play it in jazz band. Sometimes we would play it for like marching band stuff like that. And then eventually we got to a point where we would just play it for like talent show. And then later on in life, like me and him would be eating food or something like that together, and we would just hear it in like the room and stuff like that. And we're just like,
Mhm.
what the shit's going on? Or I would hit shuffle on my Spotify, and then it comes
Yeah.
on. So making that 80s hit record, oh, that would be so much fun, and to see it do so good, oh, that'd be a dream.
Mhm. All right. What about? I'm trying to remember the question that he asked. I forgot to look at it, but I think it was, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing right now?
Wasn't doing music. I think going back on kind of like that teaching thing, I would probably, if I wasn't doing like directly music, I
Mhm.
would somehow, some way be teaching it or
Mhm.
teaching maybe math. I don't know.
Mhm.
I like math, and I used to before, like when I went to college, and then when I kind of got out because of COVID and stuff like that, and other reasons. I was really good at math, and I really loved it. I really loved it until it got to fucking differential equations. That shit is so fucking confusing and stupid. It just changes everything.
Yeah.
It's oh my god. But calculus, like integrals, derivatives. I know this is probably like really nerdy shit that a lot of people have suppressed from high school and they just don't want to talk about it anymore. But that
Mhm.
shit, I can do that shit pretty fucking good. I had a lot of fun
Yeah.
doing it. So maybe being like a math teacher probably what I would do,
Mhm.
but or maybe I would go with engineering. I feel like just in general, like music is kind of like a problem solver
Mhm.
type of deal. Like you have this thing, you know what you want it to do, you know the outcome. Now the hard part, the work part is just how do you get to that point, you know? And
Yeah.
that's what like engineering falls into. So maybe that or maybe teaching, honestly.
Cool. 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 And the last one is, what advice do you have for other producers?
For other producers who are kind of like starting off and stuff like that,
Mhm.
um, the more time that you put into it, the more research, the more you learn every single day, you will see that reward come in tenfold. So my advice for producers is if they ever feel like that they're not doing enough or they feel like they're unproductive because maybe they're in a video game and they're like, oh, maybe I should be making beats or maybe I should be promoting more on my store or whatever, blah blah. It's just like,
Mhm.
nah, man. If you've already maybe learned something that day or you got like you heard something and you're like, oh, I want to do that later or
Mhm.
whatever. Don't let life make you feel like that you're not doing enough, you know, because life is
Mhm.
life. Life is always going to get in the middle of shit. There's so much unprecedented and inconvenient shit that can happen in life. Like
Yeah.
nothing's gonna go your way 100%. So just don't stress too much about, you know, you feeling like that you're not doing enough. Because I promise you, if you put some time into either learning your craft or making a beat or learning how to make your beat store really good or putting money into just whatever, you know, at least you're as long as you're doing something, I promise you, you will definitely get that out. You will get it
Mhm.
out maybe tenfold. It just matters about how much you consistently do that work and keep your head up all the time, you know, keep going
Mhm.
is pretty much the end all be all of the advice is just keep
Yeah.
going because you never know what could happen. I never thought
Mhm.
I would ever be in this position ever,
Mhm.
because I was always so scared of it and everything like that because I was like, oh well, what if I put in this much work and then I don't get enough out of it and everything like that, and I don't think
Yeah.
about that anymore. I'm just like, no, I know that if I put something into this machine that I'm creating, I'm crafting,
Mhm.
something's gonna pop out.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, that's up to me for decide, you know, or the world to
Mhm.
decide, you know, and we'll go on from there. But I'm not just gonna give up on this machine that I spent so much time because that's also kind of just like wasted effort, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like,
For sure.
why do all that? So
Mhm. Cool. 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 So, one last thing is, I will be sending you over one of these.
yo, hell yeah,
This officially cements you in Underground Stars season 2.
let's go, hell yeah.
So, I'm giving this to everybody. It's gonna be one of those things that one random day it's gonna start glowing, and I'm calling everybody who's been on the show to all converge together.
It's like a fucking Teen Titans signal and shit.
Exactly.
That's fucking funny. I'll put it on my
Watch.
speaker so I know where every time. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I got one on my speaker. I got one on my computer.
I
But
just want to get so many stickers on my speakers. Honestly, your computer. Just
I
put so
know I
much shit
got
on there.
I got a new Xbox, and I'm trying to find stickers to just go all on the
Cover it
sides of
in.
it.
Fuck yeah.
Exactly. But no, that is coming right over to you
Yes,
tomorrow.
sir.
Hopefully, I'll be sending
Oh,
it out. I have like 5 that I need to send out that I've been putting off for the past 2 weeks. Cause it comes to it, I'm like, okay, I can send it out, but I'm like, wait, tomorrow I'm recording another episode, so I'll do it after that. But then after I
uh,
record that, I edit
I've
and
got
then do other
plans.
stuff.
I've got
Yeah,
other shit I gotta do. And you just put
that's
it
what
off.
I was gonna do. I was gonna give them out today, but I was like, wait, I have this one to record tonight, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow instead. So,
Fuck yeah. That's fucking dope.
but no, really appreciate it, man. It's been really fun.
It's been hella fun. I'm glad that we could just literally just like it's not just like a interview or anything. It's just like just talking. Super great. You
Exactly,
definitely got a good show
exactly.
on your hands, my man, for sure.
Thank you, thank you.
All love.
But
Shout out Underground Podcast. Shout out everybody who's
yes,
been on
sir.
forever. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's only up from
We
here.
got big things. I want to say We got two more officially of season 2 left.
Yes, sir.
We got next week's, which is Ditch the Ego, and then we got the finale, which is all of 808 Genesis. So that one's gonna be so much fun.
That's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be nice.
We got Young KS, we got Drake Beats,
Shout out
we
Drake.
got
Shout out
Mextra.
KS.
We got so many people on that
Hell
one.
yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Shout out Young.
fire.
Shout out KS. I was playing Warzone with Drake Beats yesterday.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Easy was talking about doing Cold War like today, and I was like, man, why am I the only one that's playing on PC? This sucks. I hate it.
Wait, what do you play on?
I play on PC. I know it's like cross-platform, but I also
Yeah, you can do cross-platform.
I just haven't bought Cold War because obviously I've been fucking busy.
Oh no, yeah, I know. I don't have Cold War either, but I mean, Warzone is just you can do it either way. So
Warzone's super fun. That
yeah,
shit's lit.
me and him I've been trying to get him his first win for the past 2 days.
Oh my god.
No, but shout out to them. We've
Shout
been
out.
that's gonna be a really fun one to record for sure.
Hell
All
yeah.
of 808 Genesis. I'm waiting for them to drop stickers.
That'd be so
I'm
lit.
gonna text KS literally after this. I'm gonna be like, bro, drop stickers.
Hey,
I need stickers.
Can you give me this shit on the DL? You know, I mean,
Bro, let me drop a shirt. Send it over to me in the week.
know the vibes.
I'll wear it for the episode.
But yeah, man, thanks so much for having me on. So,
Sir, your beats are on BeatStars, right? For right now.
yeah, for right now, I'll be thinking about putting them on TRAKTRAIN, but I have a website, so it's beatnutsbeats.com. If anybody wants to go ahead and grab that stuff, it's just all right there. It takes you directly to the store. Don't even have to do anything. Don't worry about it.
Perfect. So, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to go check out his beats, beatnutbeats.com. Check out him on Twitter at beatnuts with a Z. I want to say that's correct.
For Twitter, it's just at nuts_beat. So that's all.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
I know. I gotta ask Twitter. I gotta ask the Twitter gods to help me out with that one, but we'll get it soon.
But no, man, really, really appreciate it. It's been really fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. So we will catch y'all. This goes up the 4th, the 11th. So the 4th is what? The 4th should be a Monday. Today's the 28th, and it's a Monday.
The 4th. Yeah, it's a Monday. Yeah, next Monday.
It's next Monday. Perfect. So we'll catch y'all next week. No, not next week. We'll catch y'all on Friday. That's when it was. Next episode's on Friday. So I always get those confused. So we'll catch you later. See ya.